As a district, we were struggling with some issues around mental health, around at-risk behavior, around substance abuse. In my first 5 or 6 years as the high school principal, I think I attended something like 13 or 14 funerals. I remember Kim is an unbelievably involved parent, and she started to kind of share some of the things that her son had gone through in our building under my watch.
The first time he got high, he was 13 years old. And the first his dad and I knew anything about his substance use was when he was a senior in high school. Things really escalated when he went off to college. We allowed him to move back home with us. It was a really dark time because we were seeing him deteriorate. Miraculously, Daniel agreed to go to treatment. We had a lot of fear. That was number one for me. Confusion, frustration, not knowing where to turn. And once we found all the resources that were available through our son's recovery, I didn't want another family to have to be in the dark the way that we were. Be a Part of the Conversation equips communities, families, individuals with resources that they need to help understand substance use, misuse, addiction. We do community programs that raise that awareness, but also we will sometimes do some prevention work in school districts.
I've done middle school and high school curriculum with the high schoolers. It's really about allowing them the space to ask questions. When it comes to making healthy choices, part of that is having the information in order to make those healthy choices. I went into my career thinking I'm gonna be an addictions counselor. I never anticipated that prevention could even make a bigger impact.
As a parent, you are kind of limited in your ability sometimes to help your children as they grow older. There are so many things that go on for your child during the day that you don't know about.
I discovered Be a Part of the Conversation 6 years ago, and this is when substance abuse with my daughter came to light in my life. She had a fight with her boyfriend. They were staying at my house for Thanksgiving, and then I realized something was really wrong, and I asked her, and she said, I have an opiate addiction. I was really confused, I was sad, and I was really scared. Be a Part of the Conversation felt like being enveloped in a hug. That's how it felt for me. This life that she's leading now, it just feels like a miracle. Being in my program of recovery, being through this with her, and being Be a Part of the Conversation, it's just made me a better person.
There was a time not too long ago that if there was any discussion about how a kid had gotten in trouble for drinking or drug use, a lot of parents wouldn't let their kids associate with that kid anymore.
Kim brought the idea of talking openly with other parents to the forefront.
Where parents struggle is the stigma from addiction and mental health issues, but also there's a lot of education that's needed.
It has raised the level of discourse in our community. It has made it easier for parents of teenagers that need help to get help. It has made it easier for them to talk about it.
For a mom to hear from another mom, me too. For a dad to hear from another parent, I can't believe that, but I've been there as well. But the magic of that 15 minutes before a Be a Part of the Conversation event and the 15 minutes after a Be a Part of the Conversation event and the parking lot and the parents that are able to share their intimate stories as vital as what happens in my lecture.
I'm not much of a 12-step person, even though that's what my son was in. And I found the parent partnership page and Zoom meetings, and I joined one, and it was great. I think I've gone pretty much every week since.
We've had 35, 36 different parent groups. We need to expand into different communities.
There's more of a need today than we first started 11 years ago.
You talk about one school district in 2011 to close to 30 school districts. It's become a known resource, a recognizable resource, a best practice resource for families and communities.
We are growing faster at Be a Part of the Conversation than the bank account is growing. The best thing that anyone can do is to get to know the organization and fall in love with it the way so many of us have, and then make it a part of your giving.
And the more people we are in this group, the more people we tell the stories, the more impactful it feels. Like this is really possible, and nobody has to be alone.
I'm grateful on so many levels. It's the people I get to work with every day. It's the gifted clinicians that we're in touch with. It's the people in recovery. Who's more giving and transparent than a person in recovery. I know there are families out there in the dark right now, and I hope that they learn about it so that they can find a way out.